If you've been scrolling through endless espresso machine lists, reading spec sheets, and still feel that knot in your stomach wondering if you're about to waste money on the wrong gadget, this review is here to cut through the noise. I've spent the last few weeks actually setting up a Gaggia Accademia luxury in a tiny kitchen, dialing in the drink settings for a family that ranges from hardcore espresso lovers to kids who just want a hot chocolate. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The question isn't just, does it make coffee? It's, does it fit the way you live and the coffee you actually drink? Fully automatic machines sit in a sweet spot between a manual barista setup and a push-button pod brewer. In the real world, you care about three things: how easy it is to get the drink you want every morning, how much space it takes on the countertop, and whether the machine rewards the effort you put into tweaking it. The Accademia is marketed as a luxury model, so the expectation is that it will handle everything from a crisp ristretto to a silky latte without you having to become a coffee science PhD. That's a useful promise only if the machine's workflow matches a busy household, a small office, or a single-person apartment where you might be juggling breakfast, a quick work meeting brew, and a weekend cappuccino experiment. What you'll notice first is the steel housing. It feels heavier than the typical plastic-cased machines you see on budget shelves, and the brushed finish gives it a presence that says this belongs on a kitchen counter, not in a dorm room. The glass touchscreen is where the 19 on-demand beverages live, and because it's a full-color display, you can actually see the icons for espresso, lungo, macchiato, and even a hot chocolate setting. That visual cue eliminates the guesswork of scrolling through a menu of cryptic numbers. The real power comes from the massive beverage customization knob. You can adjust grind size, water temperature, and even the strength of the milk froth for each of those 19 drinks. Then save the profile. I found this most useful on a weekday when my partner wanted a strong double shot at 93°C, while my teenage daughter preferred a milder latte with extra foam at 70°C. The machine remembered both settings without me having to write anything down. The commercial steam wand is another headline that deserves a closer look. In many home units, the wand is either a thin pipe that spits out a weak froth or a detachable frother that feels like an afterthought. Gaggia's wand is built like a professional barista tool. You can angle it, control the pressure with your hand, and create microfoam that holds up for latte art. When I tried it with whole milk, the texture was silky enough that I could actually pour a simple heart without the foam collapsing. That said, the wand does demand a bit of practice. You can't just press a button and expect latte-level foam. If you're the type who prefers one-touch milk, you'll need to spend a few minutes mastering the steam pressure and positioning. Now for the trade-offs. The first thing you'll notice is the footprint. The steel body and built-in grinder, which is part of the luxury package, make the Accademia roughly the size of a small dishwasher, so you need a dedicated spot on your counter or a sturdy shelf. The 0.5-liter water tank sounds generous, but in practice you'll find yourself refilling it twice a day if you're pulling multiple drinks for a family. Cleaning is another hidden cost. The machine has an automatic cleaning cycle, but the steam wand and the brew group still need manual descaling and regular rinsing to avoid mineral buildup, especially if you have hard water. Those maintenance steps are not unique to Gaggia, but they're more frequent than you'd experience with a simple pod machine. Finally, the price point lands in the higher-end bracket for home units, which means the value proposition hinges on how much you'll actually use those 19 drink options and the level of milk foam control you need. So, who should hit the buy button? If you're a coffee enthusiast who enjoys tweaking variables, drinks a variety of espresso-based drinks every day, and appreciates a machine that looks as premium as the drinks it produces, the Accademia fits the bill. It also makes sense for a small office or a family where multiple drink preferences coexist. The save profiles cut down on negotiation over how strong should the coffee be. On the flip side, if you're looking for a low-maintenance set-and-forget solution, have limited counter space, or primarily brew a single style of coffee, you'll probably be better off with a more compact model or a high-quality pod system. The same goes for renters who can't commit to a heavy,